This is the new column that was provided by Trident to replace the old column. As you can see, the base there bent, the old base bent out and potato chipped, as well as that the ribs inside also bent and distorted. And you can see that I've put a new steel plate. That's 10mm steel there, and you can see where I've put the plug welds in across where the ribs are, and that reinforces the base considerably and provides a lot of additional strength. On top of that, I've also painted it the same colour as the original red. I managed to match the colour fairly well, and that was John that did the welding for me. He welded the steel plate in, but he also welded the ribs inside because the ribs weren't fully welded, and and that made it a bit weak. The welds on the inside ripped away and the welds on the outside ripped away. You'll be able to see it in the next section where I show the actual finished log splitter, where I've swapped over all the parts. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the way that turned out. Hopefully the base will now be strong enough to withstand the full force of the hydraulic ram. But yeah, that's it. That's a finished product there. You can see here where I've got the old ram and the new ram next to each other, the old column I mean, and the new column next to each other. You can see the old column where it bent away and the welds had started to rip. I was splitting some logs, and the logs had quite difficult grain, and the ram was applying the full force down the column onto the base there, and it just bent the base with the pressure of the ram. Whereas the new one, you can see I've swapped all of the hydraulic parts over, swapped the ram over. The other thing I've done is put Loctite on the screws as well, because some of the screws were a bit loose. But yeah, you can see the base there compared to the old base. The old base is open at the bottom, and it's all bent, and the new base is pretty much a torsion box with the 10mm plate welded on the base. Also, the engineer that cut the plate out for me said that the steel is most likely a much stronger steel than the original steel as well, the steel that was used for the log splitter, because they tend to use a much weaker steel because it's a lot cheaper, whereas he uses I think it's a carbon steel, which is much stronger. But also around the inside, and I'm pointing out there where John reinforced the welds around the inside before he put the base on at all, and then welded all around the base and the plug welds along the ribs. So yes, that's much stronger. Hopefully it'll withstand the pressure of the ram, which I think is probably close to about 20 what do you call it, 20 ton, 25 ton. That's the new ram. I use the forks on the trailer to put the new ram in place, and I've now got to fill it with oil and give it a boil. But I'll wait for a while for the paint to harden, because the paint on the bottom is I only did it yesterday, so it should take a while for the paint to harden. Yeah, should be good to go now. Yeah, I was pointing out where those screws were slightly bit loose when I undid them. They were only finger tight, so it's not very good. And I put Loctite on all the screws, as I said there. before I did them back up, so they shouldn't come loose again. Yeah, one of the hydraulic fittings also was a bit loose, so make sure that's fully tightened when I get it on the tractor. I'll fully tighten that hydraulic fitting, but it should be good to go now. As I say in the classics end of the semis, they're dropping a set. But yeah, swapped all the hydraulics over so they